You're walking down the street. You got your $6 coffee, maybe it's your lunch break, and this guy pops up. Hey, Brandino, boy, have I got a deal for you. My buddy from down the way showed up at my door with this incredible business opportunity. When he explained it to me, I quit my job at McDonald's on the spot. That's how good this is. All I need is for you to put $100 and $1 bills under a rock in the state park, and you're already on your way to the back half of a very lucrative 2029. What do you say? Well, odds are you haven't had this exact interaction. At least I hope you haven't. Are we neighbors? Either way, my assumption is that you wouldn't give money to this person in real life. Unfortunately, people give away hundreds of millions of dollars to the online equivalent of this guy every year in PayPal scams. These scams are equally ludicrous as the one that I just presented to you, but because they happen online, it's easier for us to get tricked. Of course, scammers are nothing new. They've been around for as long as humans have. Back in the day, all somebody had to do was point and yell, "Saber-toothed tiger," and then they could steal whatever was hunter-gathered that day. In the 19th century, you had transient roving snake oil salesmen. That's where that term comes from. And today we have PayPal scammers. And in this video, I'll be explaining exactly how these scammers operate and what you can do to protect yourself against them. Let's go. Sorry, I got a cat. See in focus? Cats and video equipment do not mix. So what does the scammer want? Say it with me on 1, 2, 3. They want your money. And how are they going to get that hard-earned cash? Say it again. 1, 2, 3. By scaring you. That's right. PayPal scammers have not really evolved from the saber-toothed tiger guy. They still rely on fear-based tactics. By frightening you with the prospect of being eaten by an extinct super predator, they get your guard down just enough that they can successfully rob you. So they'll say things like, "Oh no, your email isn't verified. Click the link immediately." Don't click the link. Today we have a great diversity of PayPal scams. The most common one is a simple money request scam. This scam is exactly what it sounds like. You receive a PayPal request for a good or a service that you didn't order. Maybe it looks like a service that you already use, but there's some weird grammar errors in it. For example, in 2022, there was a widespread PayPal scam where the scammers pretended to be Coinbase, which, for those of you who don't know, is a cryptocurrency wallet service. And these scammers sent out who knows how many emails claiming that an invoice was due. This brought the user to a false link asking for credit card information. Another common scam is advance fee fraud. Basically, this occurs when you get the email from the Nigerian prince and they say, "Hey, I've got a lot of money to give you, but first I need you to give me a little bit of money." I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but they probably won't. And I know that at this point in the video, you're watching this and you're going, "Dude, who still falls for the Nigerian prince scam?" Well, apparently that scam still brings in a few $1,000,000 every year. And one of my goals on this channel here is to normalize discussion about scams. The fact is, most people who are scammed are too embarrassed to admit it. They don't share this critical information with family and friends. The result is that you and I laugh when we hear about people falling victim to something like the Nigerian prince scam, but the reality is that we are all vulnerable to scams, especially if they catch us at the wrong time of day. I've been scammed. It used to be very embarrassing for me to admit that, but I believe that sunlight is the best disinfectant. Rant over. Another scam is the overpayment scam. This is when you're a business owner, or maybe it was just sold something in the equivalent of an online garage sale. Somebody buys your product, but oops, they accidentally sent you too much money. The scammer then asks you to send the difference to a different PayPal account. Of course, once you send the scammer the amount that they overpaid, the original payment is going to be canceled. And that happens because usually the original payment was made using a bad check. So in this scenario, these scammers have now separated you from not just your product, but also your hard-earned cash. Hey man, did you get a chance to think about that blockchain-enabled AI-generated Barbie Hammer poster that's going to come out in 2029? I think we could both make a lot of money off this. Get out of here, dude. The next scam is the fake verification scam. Basically, this is where an email comes from PayPal, except it's not PayPal. It's a site pretending to be PayPal. You are sent to a fake PayPal website where you then become victim of a phishing scam. You input your real PayPal credentials into this fake website, and then the scammers take them and use them to log into actual PayPal, where they then drain your bank account. Or in the slightly less nefarious version, maybe you're just sent to a website that installs malware on your computer. Charity scams are also really common. I want you to think of the nicest person you know, someone trusting, with an open heart, big grandma energy. Now, if that person receives an email in the wake of a natural disaster, a refugee crisis, or a terrorist attack, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to give. Also, importantly, just because charity scams exist, I don't want us to turn down our compassion at all. There are legitimate ways to give to real charities. Two of the best sites that you can use to verify the legitimacy of a charity are CharityWatch.org and CharityNavigator.org. These sites will provide you with detailed information about charities, including how efficiently they use cash. And if a charity you're considering giving to isn't listed there, you really are going to want to do further research before writing a check. So you're still going to make that donation because you're not only a good son or daughter, you're a good person. Look at who you're becoming today. Speaking of personal growth, want to learn a new word? Smishing. And no, it's not fishing for small fish. Smishing is a mashup of SMS and phishing. PayPal smishing occurs when you receive a text message informing you about suspicious activity on your account, for example. These texts, of course, include a link to a fraudulent website that is designed to steal your login credentials for PayPal. So the best way to handle any smishing or any outbound communication from PayPal that has somehow managed to reach you is to communicate with PayPal directly. In other words, don't click the link. Don't call the number in the text message or email that you have received. Instead, go to their website, paypal.com, and make sure that you're calling their official number in order to talk to somebody who actually works at PayPal. Shipping scams are also common and involve an extra layer of trickery. Basically, the way these work, somebody buys a good from you, in this case a set of 6 banana slicers, and they request that you ship it with a specific company. Once you send it with that company, they can reroute the package to a different location. They then file a complaint saying that they did not receive the 6 exceptional banana slicers you promised them. They demand a refund and make off with not just your cash, but also your 6 banana slicers. Hey man, I got a really good business idea. Picture this, banana slicers, but for mangoes. Luckily, there are a few straightforward things that we can do to avoid PayPal scams. First off, PayPal is never going to ask you for your password unless it's on a login page. Be extra sensitive if you receive an email from PayPal requesting that you reset your password or log into your account. And be sure to report any fishy emails to phishing@paypal.com. See what I did there? All legitimate PayPal emails will come from paypal.com, but be careful with this. There are ways to spoof emails to make them look as if they're sent from this domain when they're actually not. Whenever I receive an email from PayPal that requires my urgent attention, I go to the paypal.com site that I've already bookmarked in my browser bar so I know it's legit. I never click links directly in emails. Pay close attention to spelling and grammar. There's usually going to be an error or two, and take note of any aggressive or alarmist email. This is how the scammers win. They use time scarcity and other aggressive sales techniques in order to spook you into taking immediate action without thinking about it first. When it comes to phishing and smishing, being in control of the messages that you receive is very important. And that's why I recommend considering an AI-powered call assistant like Aura to help you better filter out the incoming spam. I don't know about you, but for me, over the past 6 months, I have experienced an extreme inundation of spam. I got tired of it. I enlisted Aura's call assistant app to better scan my messages and filter out any that were not legitimate. And thanks to that, I've managed to regain some peace of mind. So definitely consider checking it out. Discounts available in the video description below. Recapping the video here, what do scammers want? They want your money, and they're going to get it by generating fear based on falsehoods and lies. Oh yeah, I made it to the end of this video and I almost forgot an important PayPal scam that I want to notify you about, and that's simply the friends and family scam. So that's when somebody who you're buying a good or service from encourages you to send the money using the friends and family option so that no fees are taken out. You might be feeling charitable and inclined to do this, but I recommend that you don't always pay for goods and services on PayPal. If you don't, you're not going to be eligible for any buyer protection. All right, I've got 6 brand new banana slicers awaiting me, so I'm going to hop out there. I encourage you to watch this video that's going to autoplay next, and I'll see you there. Thank you.